This day only opportunity. It's the only airing on the lowest price we've ever done on the Christmas Aperture dies. So popular last year that we brought them back. Here's what you're choosing today. If you want the okay, so we have a couple different styles. We have the circle Aperture dies, which are gonna give you snowflake kisses, and then the circle tunnel. If you want the square Aperture dies, it's gonna give you the holly berries with the square interchangeable tunnel. And we also have the window Aperture dies, which is going to give you the frosted brick, that's that embossing folder, and then the arched window tunnel that's interchangeable. So intricate in detail and laser cut, and today, $21.99, depending on which one you choose. You can get them all if you'd like. Take advantage of the 5 flex, $4.40 for your choice. And then don't forget, if you're buying a lot of things, $5 is your flat rate shipping cost for all crafts today. So Sarah, what a way to end the hour with a this day only opportunity. It's kind of like your little way of saying, hey, it's birthday, it's Christmas, let's celebrate in a big way today.
Yeah, and these are brilliant. If you want to make one purchase that gives you 3 different looks, really versatile, this is the kit to go for. Now, let me just explain, because if you're new to this, you're probably thinking, how does this all work, okay? So if I just take, for example, just the circle one. In the circle set, you'll see that you get the embossing folder, right? So you get the embossing folder, which is going to emboss the outside and leave you an aperture in the middle. Then you get the matching die sets to go with it. So what we do is, we then either put the snowflakes inside, or we can put the tree lights inside, or we can put the fantastic edges here. This is your holly piece inside here as well. So 3 different looks all from one. So what you end up with, if I show you the board here, you end up either cutting the holly or cutting the snowflake aperture, or you're going to cut the tree light aperture. You then also get a set of your nesting dies to kind of get that aperture tunnel look going in. So if I just show you, if we just look at the circles, for example, here is a card that you could be making like that. In fact, I'll show you to the front camera here, because what you've got is, we've done the embossing around the outside, then the aperture here, and then you've got those different layers going inside to give it that depth. Or maybe you don't want to do the snowflakes, maybe you want to switch out and do it with the Christmas lights inside instead. This time you've got the Christmas lights coming across, still with that snowflake around the outside though. So we did say there were 3 different options. So for $21.99, that would get you the circle option, which is the embossing folder and all the different die sets that go in. Your second option would be your square option. So the square option gives you this gorgeous, like a holly background. So you can do the holly background embossed, and then you can either die cut in the nativity scene, or you can die cut in the stag scene that comes in the middle there. A little bit harder for you to see on the camera, there we go. Or you can die cut in the angel. She's incredible. So you can, again, emboss the holly, take the angel in. And then the third option, which might be a contestant for my favourite, I can tell you in the third option, we've got that gorgeous snowman in the archway. So this is giving you the brickwork in the background, that archway aperture, and then you're going to put in the snowman, or maybe you want to put in the little Christmas booty. We've also got things like your little bells in here. So again, if you look at that one, there's the board that shows you all of it, and you're going to interchange out your snowman, your booty, or your bells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show everybody how these work, Valerie, because it's one of them things you've got to see it to really understand it, right? So let's take this snowflake one. So I've got just a piece of cardstock, and what you do is you cut your cardstock to a 5x7, and then you put your cardstock inside the embossing folder. Then we're going to choose which one. So I'll stick with the snowflakes. So what you do is you line this up inside, so we say, right, I want that to cut that aperture in the inside. Yes, I'm happy with where that's cutting. So now what I'm going to do, you don't do them both at once. You're going to hold that in place with a little bit of tape, and we'll die cut that first. So again, I've done all my die cutting on the MIDI today just because it's so convenient switching between the tables. So if I just run this through, that'll die cut out the aperture first. And then once we've got the aperture, we can lift this out. There we go. We're left with just those snowflakes, and now we're ready to emboss it. So this now fits inside that embossing folder. It's all going to line up because we lined it up beautifully before we die cut it. That's going to go around the outside. Then it's going to run through your MIDI again and do all of the die cutting. And it'll leave this beautiful embossed snowflake with your aperture center. Now, For $21.99, bear in mind, you're going to get that embossed snowflake. Let me just show you the one here that I've added a little bit of ink onto. Might be able to see it easier on the camera. So we've got that embossed snowflake background. We've got the detailed die-cut snowflakes. Remember, you're also getting that set of, what do you call them, like concentric circles coming inside each other. And then if you want to do the circles, all I've done is a lovely background piece here with different colours with the circles going on. And that would just layer up over the top of there, and you get that real aperture. This is why it's called aperture. It's like a tunnel going inside. And that card looks absolutely incredible when it's all put together. And it's very, very different to any other look we've done.